Before you start any exercise program, always check with your doctor. Make sure you have no medical conditions like heart trouble or bad joints or whatever. Always make sure you are physically fit before you start any exercise program. And of course it depends where you're starting from, but ease yourself in and don't go crazy. Take your time. Thank you. How do I start? What do I need? Okay, well, this is what you need. Say, well, what the hell's that? What does that mean? What do I need, a square? No, what you need is a space. You need somewhere to train. That's all you need. You don't need to spend thousands of pounds on equipment or exercise bikes or power racks or whatever. All you need is a space to train. Think of people in jail. They get super fit. And what do? What equipment have they got? Well, I'll tell you, nothing. So, I mean, imagine this situation. You wanted to get fit, so all you did was press-ups, sit-ups, and you bought a skipping rope. And that's all you did. All day. You would be absolutely super fit. I mean, have you ever been in a boxing gym? Top class boxing gym where some of the greatest boxers in the world train. What's in there? Nothing. Skipping ropes, a bag hanging up, some mats. That's it. So all you need is a space in which to train. That's all you need if you want to get fit at home. Okay, we've established that. Why, thank you. Now you've explained that to me, it's very clear. So, what you've got to consider when you've got your space is, what is this space? Are you going to train in a bedroom? You're training in the bedroom, so you can't make any noise. You can't deadlift 500 pounds in the bedroom and drop it and go straight through the ceiling, can you? If you're in the bedroom, or you're in a spare room, or you're in a very small space, your best bet for starting a weight training program would be a machine of this type. Right? Or even something like this. Which doesn't require any weights at all. It uses purely body weight. But if you want to lift weights, you want the first kind of machine I told you. And then there's another thing to consider, is you could use bands, elastic bands. There's no noise, there's no actual weight, so they're ideal if you're in a spare room or a confined space. And you can stick them in your bag and take them with you. You could do them outside. You could use bands outside. But if you want to use actual weights, metal weights, you know what I mean, clangy. If you want to use proper weights like these, steel, pumping iron, metal, then really you've got to have some kind of purpose-built building, like a shed or a garage. And then you'll be okay. If you're in a confined space, like say a bedroom or something, then you'd be better off with using freehand exercises, press-ups, sit-ups, that kind of stuff. You could use bands. You could use one very good machine for inside an house is a Bowflex machine. because there's no actual weights. It's using the tension of bending a spring. So there's no actual weight. So there's no weight in the machine, if you know what I mean. If you've got 300 pounds stacked, then your machine weighs 300 pounds. So a Bowflex machine is a good choice, but they're very expensive. Now you could get more or less the same thing with elastic bands. So I would suggest, if you're in a confined area, a bench. A bench is essential. You've got to sit on something. So get a bench. So if you want to start lifting weights at home, this is the bare basic requirements that you need. This is what I recommend you get. Now obviously, if you want to lift weights, what do you need? Some weights. Okay, so these are my weights on this rack I made, which I made out of some old wood. Now you build your weight collection up over years. You don't go out and spend £1,000 on weights. You just get a set of weights and then you add to them. See, these are all mix and match. These I've had 30 odd years. They're Joe Boyder things. These are out the Argos catalogue. These are all 25 pounders. Body sculpture. So you need some weights. Now the equipment you need, oh, you can use plastic weights. I have some of them over here. I don't like plastic weights because they're too big, but they're okay if you're in the house. But when you bang them down on the floor, they tend to crack, and then you can feel it rattling inside because you've cracked the concrete. But they're okay, they do. So the bare basics you need, and you usually buy them in a kit. You buy a bench with a bar and some weights. That's your best bet. Everybody starts like that. Lee Haney, Arnold Schwarzenegger, they started with a bench, a barbell and a set of weights. You can build a great physique with that alone. Okay, so you need a bench. Now I recommend you get the best bench that you can afford. This is a bench I bought with an incline on it, and it's a Pro Power bench, and I have done a review about this in detail. But here's a bench I made many moons ago out of old wood, and I love this bench. It's my favourite bench in all the world. I mean, if you're confident in your woodworking skills, you know, you don't want it to break underneath you, then make one. It's only some old wood, or you can buy one for very cheaply now. So you need a bench. So what you need: a bench, you need a bar, a 6-foot bar like that, and a pair of these for dumbbells. So you can make up any size dumbbells you want. You don't need a rack of £3,000 worth of dumbbells all the way down the wall. A pair of them and you can make any size you like out of your weights. So you need a bench, a barbell and some weights, which you can get very cheaply. That's how everybody starts in weight training at home. That's your basic requirements, and with that you can do absolutely anything. The thing to point out is, if you want a bench press, you might want a bench with the 2 uprights here, you know, to put the bar across, with the 2 uprights at the back. And you can get a set like this for very cheap, and that will start you off. And with that you can train all your body with weights cheaply. A bench, a barbell, set of dumbbell bars and some weights. Don't particularly buy new weights, get second-hand ones. Any old shit will do. Whatever you can get. cheapest. Get the cheapest, because at the end of the day it's only a bit of steel with an hole in the middle. So have a look round, see who's selling them off, and that's what you need to get started. That will do it for you. Okay, thanks for watching.